First of all, we're going to talk about Mali. Something drastic is happening in Mali. Bad, 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 bad. Like real bad. Yeah, bad. They've caught French people doing something very, very, very bad. We're going to talk about it just now. Before I talk about Mali, thank you very much for stopping by. You appreciate it. This is home for us, fellas. We talk about the motherland. You love Africa, you're at the right place. Okay, this is where you want to be. We want you here. Please subscribe. Click on the button. My name is Zack. Thank you very much. We come back every single day. You want to know about the motherland, you're at the right place. I have a question for you today. And I will repeat this as much as possible because I've said it many times. Who truly is your brother? Is your brother somebody that has the passport that looks like yours? Is that your brother? Is your brother somebody that speaks your mother's tongue? Is your brother somebody that has your skin color? Is your brother a person who has the same similar kind of hair, head or whatever with you? Is that your brother? Is your brother a black person? I don't think so. What is brotherhood? I think brotherhood is more about what we bring for one another than what we think we represent. I think brotherhood is if I'm in trouble and you show up for me. That is brotherhood. Brotherhood is if I hurt your feelings, you come here, brother. You hurt my feelings. You shouldn't have said that. It's not you ganging up with people that hate me so you can unalive me. That is not brotherhood. Brotherhood does not diminish other brothers. Brotherhood does not criticize in a negative way other brothers. Brotherhood is not about who's right and who's wrong. Brotherhood is about working together, moving forward. If you're wrong, I'm going to speak to you nicely, and you're going to answer me nicely because I'm your brother. Now, if you as a black person, you are aggressive, you hate me, you don't want me near you, but a white person or a Chinese person is nice, who's my brother? And they're willing to pay for my school fees when I'm in trouble. Who's my brother? They're willing to look after my mom if she's in trouble, she's sick, and I'm in coma, and I can't do nothing for myself whilst you laughing and drinking, and a Chinese shows up for me. Who is my brother? No, we come from the same village. Are you my brother? Well, brothers like you defund them, kill each other. Thomas Sankara was unalive by his brother. Yeah, that guy was his brother. I'm not going to put the B-roll today. He said, if this guy wants to unalive me, there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. And here, brother, I'm sorry, your first time, you're welcome. We always tell the truth. This is not one of those channels where you praise Africans or Africans are being subjected to terrorism. Africans are being subjected to racism and neo-colonialism. Okay, but yeah, what do African people do to each other again? African Americans are being shot in America. It's racism. Oh, okay. What are Africans doing to each other again in Africa? Or Africans are stopped at the airport in France just because they're black. Okay. Have you ever traveled to another African nation as an African and happen to have the luck to meet somebody who's not a good mood in the immigration office? My brother, they're going to make you stand there for now. Some will even ask you, when are you leaving our beautiful country? As soon as you get this, when are you leaving our beautiful country? Dude, I just arrived. Give me a break. Let me enjoy the country. You can't just ask me, when are you leaving our beautiful country? How about you also leave your beautiful country? Well, brothers in Mali are unaliving each other bad. This is Mali on the map. It's a beautiful place, it's lovely people, but they're unaliving each other. Now, what's happening is the Malian government, the Malian military, they've arrested a French person from the intelligence service alongside 54 other soldiers who allegedly were attempting to destabilize the institutions. So they were trying to do a coup d'etat, overthrow the government. And amongst the people that were arrested, there's a bunch of French people.
Communique number 007 from the transitional government. The transitional government informs the national public of the arrest of a small group of marginal elements from the Malian armed security forces for criminal offenses aimed at destabilizing the institutions of the republic. At a time when the Malian nation, united in all its components, is mobilized to consolidate our regained sovereignty and eradicate the obscurantist terrorist forces of the Confederation of Sahel States, these military personnel and civilians had no other ambition than to attempt, with the help of foreign states, to break the momentum of Mali's rebuilding process. Thanks to the professionalism and vigilance of the specialized services, the conspiracy was foiled, followed by the arrest of those involved as early as August 1st, 2025. Among those arrested is a French national named Vigilier Yann, acting on behalf of the French intelligence service, who enlisted political leaders, civil society actors, and military personnel, including Brigadier Generals Abbas Dembele and Nema Sagara. The transitional government, while condemning this subversive act, assures the public, on the one hand, that judicial investigations are ongoing to identify any possible accomplices, and on the other hand, that the armed and security forces remain determined to complete their mission of fighting terrorism in all its forms. The transitional government also assures the public that the situation is completely under control and calls on the population to remain calm while staying vigilant in the face of desperate attempts at destabilization, which will always fail. God willing. May God bless Mali.
So we have a situation here in Mali, an African country, where Africans are trying to overpower other Africans. Not just Africans, but using foreign people. Now, that's the problem. Who is the brother of who? I'm just asking. Now, the person who went to see French people to help him unalive other black people, will he say that his brothers are black people or the French people that are helping him? You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. How do you bring external people to finish your internal beef if you do have it? Because you have personal ambitions. Why do they do that? Because they want to be the president on behalf of the president. If not the president, to have power on behalf of the people of the president. So it's selfishness. Why can Africans sit together and have discussions? I'm asking. When last did you hear of a coup d'etat in Europe where Europeans go and alive other Europeans for power? And I'm sorry, even the previous government came in by force. I'm just saying it's an African problem. It is an African problem. When last did you hear coup d'etat in European countries? Are you telling me all European countries are amazing? They're not. Even the countries that are not amazing, because there are some shithole countries in Europe. When last did you have a coup d'etat? Well, remind me of the last time where European nations, okay, betrayed other Europeans for the benefit of Africans, like African people do generally. Okay, now let's get back on track. Mali is this country. It was colonized by the French for many years. They were beaten up. They were forced to speak different languages and not their language. They spoke French. Speaking French was like an update. It's like a software update. If you speak French, you're like, yeah, you know what I'm saying. The more you look like a master, the better you are. The more accepted you are. Now, Mali in 1960 was freed, like many other African nations. All these countries here you see on the map were all colonized by the French. However, French policy was before giving people independence, you're going to sign a piece of paper saying, we're still going to control your resources, even though we give you independence. That's the only way you get free. If you don't do that, you're going to punish. You're going to be punished. How? This country here, Guinea. In Guinea, they were told, you're going to use France as a power, as a free country. You want freedom? We're going to give you freedom if you want. But you must work with us. If you don't work with us, it's up to you. What happened was what? Guinea freed itself and said, we're not going to use the CFA franc. This is this currency. This is the currency that France prints for all these countries. Yes, you heard me right. This currency is the currency used in all these African countries by the French in 2025. Now, Guinea refused to use the currency. They printed their own currency. You know what happened to them? What happened to them was France, with intelligence services. They printed a lot of that currency, fake ones, and they injected into the country. And you know what happens when there's more money than service. The money loses value. That's how they wanted to shut them down. Anyway, we're back on track today. Today, Mali refused any influential person or purpose or any influential connection from the French because of the past. They said, fellas, we worked with you for so long and we see you not up for any good, so we don't want you. Now, Mali has accused France repeatedly of financing terrorists, like giving them money, giving them tools, giving them drones and intelligence so they can know how to do things appropriately for them in Mali. You know, many times they've accused
the interference of certain powers who continue to facilitate the criminal activities of terrorist armed groups in Mali and in the Sahel. I wish to recall that on the 15th of August 2022, the government of Mali had alerted the United Nations Security Council to hostile acts and aggressions by France. Rather than ceasing such actions, this country, a permanent member of the Security Council of the United Nations, continues with full impunity its destabilizing maneuvers in Mali and the Sahel.
Now, however, Mali has detached completely from France. Now, since then, we see successive coup d'etats trying to happen. The authorities in Mali on Thursday said that French national has been arrested on suspicion of working for French intelligence services and accused foreign state of trying to destabilize the country. Now, do they have a reason to think like that? It's a possibility. I mean, who likes to be rejected? Nobody. Well, France used to be very strong in that area until Mali said, you know what, get out. We don't want you anymore. Oh no, let us use our soldiers to fight the terrorism. No. You've been here for too long and you're not doing anything. The previous president allowed the French to go fight terrorists in the country, and it wasn't working. Now, the other group, this current group of Assimi Goïta, felt like the French were actually financing the terrorists, but they're pretending to be fighting them. They said, you've been here for a long time. You're supposed to be one of the strongest countries in the world in terms of weapons and army. How come you've been here for 10 years, you can't finish these terrorists? It makes no sense. Okay, thank you. How about you leave so we can do our own things? Because you're not here for free. We have to pay you millions of dollars every single day for doing the job you're not finishing. We can't continue doing this. Every day they get paid tens of millions of dollars. So they say you must leave. After they left, many experts say that France took this as a betrayal. Like, we've taught you all these things that you know, now you're kicking us out. What are we going to do? What we can do now, we're going to finance the terrorists and can create havoc in your country. Now, Assimi Goïta, how did he get in power? He also overthrew the government. Even though it looks like he's got good ideas, he also came into power by force.
Le colonel Assimi Goïta est président du comité national pour le salut du peuple. Donc, il était de mon devoir de rencontrer les différents secrétaires généraux pour qu'ensemble nous puissions les assurer notre soutien par rapport à la continuité des services, la continuité de l'État. Nous n'avons plus droit à l'erreur. Donc nous, en faisant cette intervention hier, nous avons mis le pays au-dessus.
Overthrowing this man right here, President Keïta. Why was he overthrown? President Ibrahim Bouba Keïta was overthrown because the population did not like him very much anymore.
I want no blood to be spilled to keep me in power, and that's why I would like to thank the Malian people for their warmth. I am telling you now that I'm resigning from my position as the president and all my other positions, and I announce the dissolution of the assembly and the government.
It was corruption allegation, economic struggle, insecurity, and jihadist violence. And also, this president said that the terrorist was stronger than the army.
Calm, serene, and no psychosis. We don't want to scare our people, but we have already said that Mali will have to get used to situations like this. We must all remain humble. No one, nowhere is safe, given the danger of terrorism.
The interview. I mean, some people are just stupid. Like, how do you say that? I remember us growing up. Sometimes you know somebody's stronger than you. You don't say he's stronger than me, you know, because you're giving them a boost of ego or arrogance. You know what I'm saying? He said on TV, on an interview, we know that the terrorists are stronger than our army. I mean, these are people fighting in the army against terrorists. There are young people that have left their families, their wife, their children, to go represent the country, defend the nation. And you saying on TV, I know the terrorists are stronger than our army. Now, what kind of morale are you giving these people? So people were angry at him. They said, that's enough. Okay, they took him out of power. Assimi Goïta came into power and he promised to have elections after some time. And since that time, it's been too long for the people. They say, now, you need to hold elections. It seems like you don't want to have elections because you know you're going to lose. Now, he says we still have major problems to deal with. It's not the election that's a problem. So that's what it is. They've broken down a coup d'etat that was supposed to be happening. Many Malians were involved, you know, Malians fighting each other. I mean, Mali's trying to free itself. Some people trying to free Mali. It's just crazy what's happening in Africa right now. Why can't Africans sit around the table and have a discussion and move forward?